Hey, what's up gentlemen and ladies, happy Teacher's Day to Turkey. So I'm gonna try my hardest to not have this video just devolve into senseless hating on Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts fans, because even though that's not what I set out to do, that is often what my Kingdom Hearts videos end up being, and I don't want that. However, you guys are gonna have to meet me halfway, okay? I know that this topic is something that Kingdom Hearts fans are very passionate about, but I think that half the time it is coming from a very misinformed or biased place, and I wanted to present my take on this. Now obviously I speak about the general Kingdom Hearts fan in this video, which of course does not necessarily apply to everyone, but for the sake of argument I am generalizing what I've seen both on my YouTube comments as well as on other places like Twitter, for example. So are we ready? You guys sitting down? Okay, alright, cool. Chain of Memories, 358 Days Over 2, Birth by Sleep, Coded, and Dream Drop Distance are all spin-offs. In fact, every Kingdom Hearts game that isn't Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, or 3 is a spin-off. Oh baby, why don't you just fall into the darkness? I'm hating and waiting on these heartless. So why don't you just fall into the darkness? In the darkness. Okay, jokes aside, did you guys get all of your shocked faces out of the way? Did you recover from your heart attack? Did you click the dislike button already? Alright, cool. Now let me actually explain why this is. Now officially, a spin-off is defined as a byproduct or incidental result of a larger product, which I think fits these Kingdom Hearts handheld games very well. They obviously are a byproduct that exists because of the mainline numbered Kingdom Hearts titles, and they would not exist otherwise. I don't think that anybody is arguing that. But the thing is, often I see Kingdom Hearts fans say that these games are not spin-offs because they matter to the story, which is all fine and good, but notice how the definition mentions nothing about a story. In fact, if you look up a list of spin-offs, you'll see many examples where this is also the case. For example, you have Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, which is canon to the greater Metal Gear story and does affect what's going on in that story, but it's still considered a spin-off. Fantastic Beasts is considered a spin-off of Harry Potter, even though it tells a story that is about as relevant to Harry Potter as Union Cross is to Kingdom Hearts. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody had a spin-off called The Sweet Life on Deck, even though it was a full-on continuation that kept the story going past the original show. And both Rogue One and Solo are considered spin-offs of the Star Wars franchise, even though, once again, they tell stories that are relevant to the main numbered films, sometimes even with the same characters, but they're still considered spin-offs. In fact, these Star Wars examples are actually a great comparison because there is literally no difference between the spin-off films and the numbered films other than when they take place. They are both large films, have similar budgets, are about the same length, but they are literally only considered spin-offs because they don't have a number next to their name. And the Kingdom Hearts spin-offs have so much more that makes them different from the mainline Kingdom Hearts games than just the lack of a number. And that's the thing that I don't understand about this silly argument that somehow Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance should be called mainline titles just because their story matters, which, by the way, I could argue to hell and back that the story of Dream Drop Distance won't actually matter, but that's not for this video. But the people that make these arguments are completely missing the point. There is so much more to what makes something a spin-off than just the story. Yes, story may be a factor, but it is not the only factor. In fact, being that these are video games we're talking about, I would say that story isn't even the most important factor. I would argue that gameplay is. After all, the game is far more likely to be considered a spin-off because of gameplay than because of story, right? And yet, all of these people think that the only way that a Kingdom Hearts spin-off game could exist is if we get like a Kingdom Hearts Mario Kart, or like a Kingdom Hearts Mario Party, or Kingdom Hearts on the Vcast, or that stupid Kingdom Hearts mobile game that only I seem to know exists. But no, the handheld Kingdom Hearts games do not play like the mainline Kingdom Hearts games, and yes, part of that may be due to the systems that they're on, which actually brings me to my next point. Systems. The console that a game is on heavily influences whether it is considered a spin-off or not. Now, I'm not saying that there is no game franchise that can have a mainline installment on a handheld system. In fact, you can look at Dragon Quest or Monster Hunter for examples of games that do. But 9 times out of 10, handheld versions of games are created just to have portable versions of those games, not because the developers actually want to. Like, do you honestly think that if Nomura could have kept working on Kingdom Hearts on the home consoles like the PS2 or PS3, that he would have made all of those Kingdom Hearts spin-offs? Because I seriously doubt it. I mean, Birth by Sleep was originally going to be on the PS2. 358 Days Over 2 was created only because Nintendo told Square that they wanted a Kingdom Hearts game for the DS. Nomura allegedly came up with the plot for Coded while he was drunk on a bar, and the entirety of Dream Drop Distance was pure, unashamed build-up for Kingdom Hearts 3, complete with no resolution at the end, and nothing really changed other than Riku becoming a master and Sora not, which didn't change anything because he's still going on the adventure in Kingdom Hearts 3, even though he failed, so what was even the point of having the stupid test? But going back to the gameplay side of things, the Kingdom Hearts spin-offs fundamentally play different than the numbered titles. Most of them have command decks instead of command menus and don't have staples like summons or limits, and instead they have these things like shot lock or D-links, or that time that Days thought that it would be fun to make magic have a quantity, or flow motion. Oh god damn it! This is something that you see often with video game spin-offs. They experiment with all of these weird features so that they can see what works and what doesn't to include in a mainline numbered home console title where there is a lot more at stake. I mean, I don't think that anyone is denying that Kingdom Hearts 3 is getting a lot more advertisement and pushing than, say, Kingdom Hearts Recoded, right? And that's because it's a bigger title. If Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance matter just as much as Kingdom Hearts 3, then why didn't Square push for them as hard? As a matter of fact, why didn't Square just call them Kingdom Hearts 3 and 4? I mean, if they matter that much, honest to God, why didn't they just call them Kingdom Hearts 3 and Kingdom Hearts 4? I mean, Birth by Sleep was a prequel, so that would have thrown the order of the numbers wrong. Not that that has ever stopped video game developers before. Metal Gear Solid, Devil May Cry, like seriously, it almost seems like the number 3 is always a prequel, but whatever. Why wasn't Dream Drop Distance Kingdom Hearts 3 then? I mean, it takes place after 2, and in you guys' opinion, it's as important to the story, so why isn't it? Because it's not on the same level as Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2 or 3. The game has a mere 7 worlds, 2 of which are original worlds, 2 of which are Mickey worlds, and 1 is freaking Tron Legacy. Imagine going up to someone and telling them about Kingdom Hearts, which is supposed to be a mixture of Disney and Final Fantasy, and they go to play the 3rd installment only to find out that it's a 3DS game that has 0 Final Fantasy characters, 2 Mickey worlds, freaking Tron, and 2 normal Disney worlds. That wouldn't make any sense, would it? And then they go back and play Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 only to find out that the gameplay is completely different. Where's the command deck? Where are the Pokemon? Where is flow motion, goddammit? It's the same reason that something like Resident Evil Revelations wasn't considered a mainline title. A lot of people liked Revelations more than Resident Evil 5 or 6, but is it considered a mainline title? No. I mean, it was important to the story. It had characters that appear in the mainline games, but it was on a handheld system. In fact, the same handheld system as Dream Drop Distance, actually, and it didn't have a number next to its name, so it's a spin-off, and nobody in the Resident Evil community threatens to kill you when you call it a spin-off. And as for a Birth by Sleep comparison, let's bring it back to Square Enix and talk about Crisis Core. It was also on the PSP, it was also a prequel, and it matters to FF7 about as much as Birth by Sleep matters to Kingdom Hearts. Actually, I would even argue that it matters more, but Crisis Core is still considered a spin-off of Final Fantasy VII. It could matter to the story all at once. That's not going to change the fact that it was a smaller game made by a different team with a smaller budget for a handheld system and had less advertising and pushing for it than a mainline release. Just like how Birth by Sleep was a smaller game made by a different team with a smaller budget for a handheld system that had less advertising and pushing for it than a mainline release. The game can be as important to the story as it wants. It can be a must play to understand the plot, but that doesn't automatically make it a mainline title. You can be a spin-off and important to the story. These terms are not mutually exclusive. And if you think that the term spin-off makes them sound like they matter less than the numbered titles, it's cause they do. I mean, maybe story-wise they don't, but like I said, story is not the only factor. The Kingdom Hearts series isn't gonna go down and be remembered for 358 Days Over 2 or Dream Drop Distance. It's gonna be remembered for Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3, as it should be. So can we all please stop having this silly argument and saying that a non-numbered title that came out on Japanese phones and was remade on the DS is on the same level as Kingdom Hearts 3, cause they're not. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope that I didn't offend too many people, but knowing me, I probably found some way to be an asshole about it, even without meaning to. I just wanted to come on here and give a huge thank you to Planner Walk for supporting my Patreon. If you pledge $10 or higher, you get a verbal shout out at the end of videos, so here it is. You also get a bunch more stuff like your name on the end screen and early access to skits and stuff like that, and access to exclusive chats on my Discord server, which I actually wanted to talk about a bit. So in anticipation for Kingdom Hearts 3, we started doing these Disney movie nights on the server, which have actually been really fun. The next one is actually going to be on Wednesday during the afternoon in US time, so if that sounds interesting, then you should join. Link is in the description. And it's also just a cool place to hang out if you like Final Fantasy or Square Enix or whatever. It's co-owned by my buddy Eliason and myself. He also has a YouTube channel where he covers Final Fantasy stuff. But yeah, either way, that's all that I have for you guys today. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to blitz that like button, subscribe as always. Stay tuned, Kupo.